out here with the camera.
It's rough terrain here.
Usually I do not share or overshare so much, but today apparently I do. Being vulnerable and being honest and putting ourselves out there, it kind of exposes us to judgments and people's opinions and so on. But at the same time, I also love it. Welcome to my TED Talk. The world needs people who are doing what they like. Look at this one. This is just amazing. This is so delicious. Look how peaceful. Look how peaceful these olive trees. It's so white everywhere. It's, oh my god, it's snowing. It's snowing a lot. So let me go in. Hello and welcome to We Grow Wild. Okay. Hello. So it's morning. We are in our kitchen, which is a bit messy, and I'm about to make some coffee. Today's video is a very simple type of video. I really enjoy to make this type of videos, and it's kind of more like a day in our life. I really like to watch what other creators are doing in their like everyday life. So this is kind of like one of those days that you will you will see what we do or what I do mostly. Today I have to make a lot of wooden buttons, so I'll do mostly that. But so right now we're gonna make a coffee, go downstairs in the sun and start, filing or rasping or sandpapering each button, and then I'll just go out foraging and get some, greens, because we are out of greens, and I can't be bothered to go to the supermarket, which is a little bit far. I would have to take the car and so on. So I'm just gonna go around in the fields and see if I can find something. That's also the beauty about being a forager and being out in the like countryside. First thing first, I need some coffee. These are my to-go jars when it comes to making coffee, and this is the mocha, the Italian mocha. This is our improvised mushroom farm. We put oyster mushroom, mycelium. We bought some oyster mushroom at the supermarket. We ate most of them, and then the feet of the mushroom, we kind of sliced them and put them in coffee grounds. So here we'll see if any mushroom will grow. I usually cover it with like something like this, which is our cutting board. So I'll wash this and fill this with water, and then I put the filter inside like this. I usually do kind of 2 tablespoons of coffee, it depends how I feel, and 1 tablespoon of orzo, it's barley, roasted barley, and just a tiny bit more. That's it. And that's it on the fire, and we'll have to wait about 3 minutes. So I'm just gonna check how many buttons I have to make. Yesterday I had about 100 and something to make, and it takes about 10 minutes to make a button, so it's a long process, and I basically ruined my thumbnails. Yesterday I finished knitting this one. I love this fabric. It's so squishy and cozy to wear this. I'm so looking forward to wear it. And it has, this is eucalyptus fiber held together with a mohair and cotton fiber. Here there are the orders. And I have 116 buttons to make. I currently don't have a kind of formal, proper job. We moved here 3 months ago almost, and before that we were basically moving all the time. I finished my university degree in June. I studied in a Swedish university because before we were living in Sweden and I studied in Sweden, but then COVID hit, and halfway through my university study the program decided to have, of course, all the lectures and lessons online. That also gave us the opportunity to take a decision and be like, our dream is to live off the land, and we need to live in a country where there is enough sunlight and warmth to grow most of our food. And in Sweden you can do that, but it's a lot harder than other, more warmer or Mediterranean countries. So we decided to move to Italy. And we moved to Italy last year, around this area actually, because we fell in love with this region and with these areas, and we really enjoyed it here. I did my thesis project, which was about finding alternative ways to source our food, like foraging, for example, and it was a very interesting project in my opinion, and I loved all of it. And then after my graduation, we were really unsure about either staying here or, exploring another country that I really always kind of loved, and it was Portugal. And so we decided to go and check it out. But the point is that we did it with all of our stuff, so we properly moved everything. We stuffed it in inside Abus, which is our car, and we just drove all the way to Portugal. It was a very intense journey. We had a place, we found a place where to stay in Portugal. We rented this nice, cute little place, and we start, exploring that country and the culture. We really liked it there. It was a very hard situation because we moved all the time. Then we had to go back to Sweden to do some things, and we drove all the way up to Sweden. It was basically driving across Europe all the time, and we drove to Sweden, and then we went back to Portugal, and we had to move again, and so we moved like 4 times in Portugal, in 4 different houses, and that was also very stressful. We had this kind of also very difficult situation. We needed to decide where to stay and where to be for the winter, and and where to kind of start settling. We didn't really feel like staying there for many reasons, even if we loved a lot of aspect of Portugal. I still have it in my heart, but we kind of decided to move to Italy. We really liked these areas around here. There are few things that we don't like about the kind of overall Italian system, but there are pros and cons of living anywhere in the end. So we moved back here in by the end of November, and we found a place which is where we're currently staying, this yellow house, and it's in this very tiny village in a rural place, and we feel really peaceful here, but it's not yet, our place with our land. I started to talk about our life all of a sudden. But it's been a very interesting but also challenging situation, but we finally are a bit more settled. So I don't have a job right now, and I decided to start to show and share bits of our life here on the channel. And me and Mike are sometimes working together. I studied Design Plus Change was called my program at the university, and it's basically designed for sustainability, and so using the tools of design, a bumblebee, to find better solutions to live in a better way. That's kind of very abstract, I know, but I don't want to go deep into that because there's lots to say. But I have some, graphic design skills. So sometimes I do a couple of those small works. My dream is kind of to be able to sell the things that we make and share our life, which is kind of what is happening right now. I'm really happy that some of you supported us with this buttons making, and even if it's just buttons, very tiny object, it feels really, I don't know, I feel very empowered that I can focus on that right now. We're living a very kind of simple life, and so that's my situation, and that's why I am focusing on this right now, making buttons. So in case some of you was wondering, I feel very lucky that I can focus on that at the moment, and I feel very grateful that people are supporting us and with our projects, and that you are watching this video. I don't know if sharing what we're up to is so, it feels dangerous for some reason. Like it feels that like being vulnerable and being honest and putting ourselves out there, it kind of exposes us to judgments and people's opinions and so on. But at the same time, I also love it. I love to share things and to hear people's feedbacks and read the comments, and it's, even if it's just a YouTube channel and thousands of people have things like that, but I don't know, I feel very grateful. And there is a ladybug. I don't know how far this will go and if I will ever be able to support our family with just, selling buttons or things that we make, but I would love to. So, yeah, that's kind of the situation at the moment. Creating content and creating things to put out there, on the internet, it's still some sort of like work. You have to still put a lot of energy. I put a lot of energy in that, but I love it, and it's not really like financially super rewarding. It doesn't mean that I, have so many expectations that this, what I'm doing, will have a super successful outcome, and it will, who knows? I don't know that. I don't know. And but I still want to try to, share things, and for me, this is already successful. Like making things that people enjoy, like that some of you bought, and for me that's successful. What I want to say with all of that is thank you so very much from my heart for your support, and for, for to everyone, even if you're just watching this video, you're not subscribed, you're not commenting, you're not liking, it's still rewarding for me. And I can't invest too much time and too much energies in doing what I don't like. And I know that's also a privilege kind of way of thinking, but I still work hard, and it's still, I think the world needs people who are doing what they like. And if that will make me eat less fancy things, live in a less fancy way, that's, very something that I'm willing to do. Welcome to my TED Talk. Yeah, I don't know if I'll upload this. But yeah, so sometimes we need to try, and it's still, I'm still aware, I'm privileged. Again, I say it because it's important to acknowledge our privileges, but everyone has different degrees of privilege, and we shouldn't, let shame and the feeling of being too privileged in some areas overcloud our joys. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I want to be able to feel pleasure and joy in what I'm doing. Otherwise, it doesn't make so much sense. But yeah, I think sometimes in life it's important to dare and try things. If you don't feel safe enough and comfortable enough in trying what you would like to do, don't do it yet. I don't think we should also shame ourselves because we are not doing what we would like to do. I think we should be kinder with ourselves and be like, when I'll be ready, I'll try. If I'm not ready yet to do what I like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna still do what I can, and let's just be kind with ourselves. And I've been talking for 20 minutes. I need to focus on these buttons. Thank you for listening to this, and see you in a bit. We're gonna go get some food, forage some greens. Mika came out of the dark.
Yeah, I came out of the darkness. I've been coding for days without the light in the tunnel, and now I just like ran out of the tunnel and was like, yes!
Okay, we found a bit of chicory. We'll harvest some for our lunch. This is chicory, is in the family of dandelion. You can find more information online, and it's super delicious, especially the kind of part around the roots. This rosette is super juicy and nice. We met also a nice lady, and she gave us some tips on how to cook this plant. This is the amount of chicory we got. I guess it's more than enough. So let's go home and cook, right?
Got it.
Okay. That's it. This is our food. Is it tasty?
I like it a lot.
Nice. I'm pretty full, so I'm just gonna ease into start working on the buttons again. I'm gonna go downstairs in the sun and just work on the buttons. I am done for today, and it's dark outside. I'm gonna take a shower, and then I'm gonna knit and relax. I showered. I want to say thank you to all the people who supported us and bought the buttons. I hope you will receive them as soon as possible. We're trying to do our best and working hard so you can get your buttons soon. And thank you so much for watching this little video. And the music that I used in this video is by a nice musician. His name is Nick, and go and check him out if you like this type of music. I'll leave his channels and like Spotify and everything in the description box. And I think his music is really nice and relaxing.